mark where the holes are. Now take a 1/16 drill bit and drill some holes. Now you need to harden up the holes with some thin CA glue. Let that dry. So now put this rod through the control horn. Like so. And you can see that it just about reaches the servo. So you're not going to have to cut that wire. Now we're going to be working with the servo horn. You're also going to be needing a bag containing these things. And we're going to be working on servo horn right now. Alright. Grab one of these little brass parts here. And we're going to be putting it through the end of the servo horn like this. And you're going to need to use some pliers to do this. So once I got it in, I used a vise. It was slightly easier. You want to grab one of these little plastic bits. There you go. And you can still turn it so that the hole is pointed in any direction. Now you want to put the servo horn on the pre-centered servo that you centered with your radio, and you want to put it so that the wingtip is that way, and the servo horn is pointing to the wingtip, and make sure that this brass piece can accommodate for this metal rod. And you want to keep the aileron straight, aligned with the wing while you do this. Once that's in, this is always adjustable at a later date, later time. Once that's in, grab one of the screws from the third package and screw this down on top. I'm going to fix it up with some thread lock later on. Now you can see servo moves the aileron. Now you want to repeat this whole process for the second wing. So we're going to have to take some screws and thread them into the holes so that it taps them and we can harden it with CA glue in the next step. I don't know if you can see, but there are some dark patches around the holes, and I just put a little bit of CA glue there after I put a screw into every single one and took it out. And that basically tapped the holes, and the CA glue is hardening them, so we get a better fit for the servos. Grab your two servos and remove the horn. Now I want to take our two servo horns, grab these brass fittings. You'll notice that there are three of them. One of them goes into the end of one, the other one goes into the end of the other, and the third one goes a couple holes in on one of them. This is so that a single servo control can control both the rudder and the nose wheel.
Okay, here I've attached the push rod onto the elevator.
So I'm going to take a washer and put it onto this bolt, machine bolt. And it's going to go through the furthermost hole. And into the furthermost hole in the fuselage as well. And then you're going to take one of these washers, and then you want to take one of these washers and underneath the lock washer, screw it in, or sorry, put a washer first. So now I'm going to have to put this push rod onto the control horn of the rudder, and then put it down in there like that. Okay, now here you can see the bottom when I put the rudder through. I'm going to put a washer in each, and then 2 more bolts. Okay, here they are tightened down. They created some wrinkles in the monocoat, or ultra coat, or whatever it is, but we can flatten those out with the iron later on. And make sure you don't tighten them too tight, because it's not metal under there, it's wood, so you wouldn't want to crack the wood. So now we're going to take a piece of Velcro, stick it to the underside of the receiver, remove the second piece, second sticky part, and that's going to go right here like that, right in the middle there. What you want to do is you want to attach this rod, you want to stick it into the end of one wing, and then just into the end of the other, and push them together. And make sure you acknowledge this little thing here. Don't want to break that off. There we go. It's an option to epoxy your wing halves together, but it's only if you have space